it was an odd time. I was kind of all over the place, and I think that when I was kind of transitioning from high school to college, I think photography just kind of slid back, and I didn't sort of think much about it, although it was there. Anyway, it was, I went to college, and it was a bad choice of, direction for me, and none of it was of any interest. And so my mother came to visit me one day and asked me if what I was planning to do, because I had said that I wasn't going to go back to this college. And I said, well, I think maybe I'll just move back to New York and get a band together and move in with my girlfriend and get a job, like just some kind of crummy job or whatever. And just, I'm sure it was like a mother's ultimate nightmare to hear. And she quickly said, well, what about art school? And I thought, wow, I never thought of art school. Like, I just never thought of that as a possibility or even of its existence. And it just absolutely resonated. It just fits so perfectly in my head. Like, yeah, art school, that's perfect. The first semester at the School of Visual Arts was a big adjustment for me. I wasn't sure I was on the right path to wherever I was going. And a couple months into my first year there, a friend had mentioned seamless paper, and I thought, well, I asked, what is that? And they said, oh, you don't know what seamless paper is? And I said, no, I don't. And they said, well, it's, you get it on this roll and you hang it up and sweep, you create this sweep, and it looks like just an infinite, space. And the minute I saw this, just like going to art school, it just resonated. It just clicked with me. And I felt like this is perfect. This is exactly the right fit for me. I think the beauty of Seamless is that it's like a blank canvas. And for me, it just became just infinite possibilities for composition and lighting. And then somebody, turned me on to all these famous photographers who were making pictures with white Seamless. And I thought, wow, they're already doing it. Exactly, it's like everything I want to do, they're already doing it. It's already going on. But that's okay, because I am gonna do it too, and I'm gonna figure out my own voice in it. I'm just gonna keep working at this. So what is it you're looking for now that you're so deep in? What is it that you're looking for?
It's like an urge, to be creative, but to just capture something. I think that's how I would think of it for myself.
Because I was always so confused about how I should make quality art or just art in general. And sort of the way that I take photographs have sort of become more of how I can talk about what I want through my own images.
Yeah, I think I do work for art for a purpose. So I want it to be a document and always tell stories through my imagery.
It's also a great way for me to explore my psyche and kind of distill all of these things going on in my head and relationships with people or any topics that I'm interested in, that can all get filtered through photography.
It is like a way of decompressing and expressing yourselves. That's why sometimes I do take that time to just photograph freely without a purpose. It's just kind of I'll take a photo of this flower in my room for 4 hours and just hang out, I guess. But yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. Everybody, such different, I love it. So many different views, so many slices. You know, when I first started out, I was just happy to get to photograph people. And I think I didn't think much into the dimension of what they were doing in front of the camera. And over time, I realized that there was something people were doing in front of the camera that I didn't necessarily like so much, that it seemed a little bit like people would all of a sudden be compelled to perform without even, in an unconscious way. They would just start to be animated or pose, or, you know, like whenever you see people, even in the street, pick up a camera or pick up their phone, cell phone, and go to make a picture of somebody, and somebody just poses or, you know, like does something or feels like they have to do something, or they just do it without even thinking about it. And I feel like at that point, I was very interested in what happens, like how can I get people to just be themselves?